Federal employees are protesting outside the United States Army's Warren Garrison Detroit Arsenal, where they say they shouldn't be forced to get the coronavirus shot after the federal government sent down a vaccine mandate. We'll have the details why coming up. Good morning, Root.
Good morning, everybody. He's been at the forefront in America's fight against COVID. Coming up, you'll hear what Dr. Anthony Fauci has to say during my one-on-one exclusive interview. That's next.
And Root, the Spartans and the Wolverines both hoping for a treat, not a trick this weekend. We've got a preview of the big game as the teams prepare to battle it out in tomorrow's backyard brawl.
Working for you. Fox 2 News Live at 11 starts now.
Good morning, and thanks for being with us on this Friday. I'm Amy Lang.
And I'm Root Raj. A lot going on. Let's begin with this rally that's underway in Macomb County right now, protesting the federal vaccine mandate.
It's happening in Warren near the U.S. Army Tank Automotive Command, and that's where Fox 2's Veronica Meadows is live with a closer look at the controversy. Good morning, Veronica.
Yeah, good morning to you both. We're going to step out of the way so you can see what's going on here. We have around a dozen protesters who all work for the U.S. Army. A lot of them work for TACOM, as you both mentioned. They are out here protesting the federal government's vaccine mandate. That protest starting just moments ago. You can see they're out here despite the rain, holding their signs. They believe that they should not have to get the coronavirus vaccine. The deadline to get the shot is November 22nd. The protest organizer says employees who don't comply will be fired. The protesters out here work for the Army's Tank Automotive and Armaments Command. That's also known as TACOM. TACOM manages the Army's ground equipment supply chain. They also test out Army vehicles. Back in September, this is when this all started, President Joe Biden signing that executive order requiring federal employees to get the shot. Now, since that executive order, federal employees across the country have been protesting, just like we're seeing here this morning. You can see cars honking, showing their support as they drive by. The organizer of this protest is Rob Duquette, an engineering tech at TACOM. He claims hundreds of TACOM techs, engineers, and other employees are against the mandate as well. We have reached out to TACOM requesting a comment. We have not heard back yet, and we have not been able to confirm those numbers with TACOM. But meanwhile, the Macomb County Health Department stresses the vaccines are safe, effective, and ultimately will be the thing to get us out of this pandemic. Take a listen to both sides.
This should be an individual choice. It should be a personal choice between yourself and your doctor. We've worked the entire pandemic, every day on site. Through the entire pandemic, no vaccine, and now all of a sudden we're a threat to the workforce.
This is our way out of this pandemic. As long as a large population remains unvaccinated, we run the risk of potentially having this go on and on and on.
The protesters tell us they plan to be out here for the next several hours. There are medical and religious exemptions in place for that vaccine mandate. Again, but they say, bottom line, the protesters out here believe they should not have to get the shot at all. We did reach out to TACOM requesting a comment. We will let you know when we hear back. We're in Warren, Veronica Meadows. We'll send it back to you.
Well, Veronica, I'm curious, did that protester who said they've been out there on the front lines every day reporting for work with no vaccine, did he say if they had any outbreaks? And are the protesters against any other safety precautions?
You know, Amy, they did not mention if there had been any outbreaks or COVID infections or things along those lines, but they did say they are not against other safety precautions. They don't have a problem wearing masks, taking tests, any of those things. Specifically, they say they should not be they should not be forced to get the vaccine.
All right. Thank you so much, Veronica Meadows. Appreciate all your hard work out there. Thanks so much. Well, 64 million eligible Americans remain unvaccinated, and like those today in Warren, many of them say they don't plan to get the shot.
One question, should the answer now be community immunity? I recently spoke about that in a special one-on-one exclusive interview with Dr.